So my name's Tyler Grey. Spent my whole military career in U.S. Army Special Operations. First half of that at 2nd Ranger Battalion, and the second half of that at a unit at Fort Bragg. Deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq. Then I was medically retired in 2005. I mean, it's a network TV show. We're held to, there's a lot of things that we can't do because of the time slot and so on and so forth. That being said, I am shocked at what we've been able to show and how. Here's one thing that I like to say. People ask me all the time, and this, you didn't say this, but it's kind of a, I'm reframing what you're saying, and that is, people say, is it realistic? Is it realistic? Is the show realistic? And I say, no. It's not real. It's not realistic. It's a TV show. But is it authentic?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It's not real. It's not realistic. But it's as authentic as we can make it on a network TV show. Here's the other reality, though, that people ask me all the time. I think to a large degree, you have to be careful, because what do we want to do? We want to connect with a lot of people and get them to understand the military's mindset and experiences. If it was too authentic or more real, it's going to be pretty violent and it's going to be pretty hardcore. And then you're going to start to lose the connections that you have with people. A lot of people would never watch Saving Private Ryan. They'd never watch Black Hawk Down. So a big portion of audience, if you made it more real or more authentic, if you made it more violent and more like war, which is pretty hardcore, you're going to turn off a lot of people, and they're not going to watch, and they're not going to understand, and they're not going to connect because it's just too much. So what I learned this with the documentary, is you could show something for 100% of what it is, but if you make it the most extreme hardcore version, you're going to only cater to the people that would watch that version. What we want is a level of understanding from a much bigger group of people to understand what the military has experienced and gone through, what our country has gone through and has been experiencing and probably will experience for the foreseeable future. And so therefore, I think the version that we're making is as authentic and real as it can be, while still keeping the ability to keep a large number of audience that can watch and identify with the stories and not turn them away because it's too realistic, too violent, too hardcore, for lack of a better term. So I think we're making a great balance. I think it's all about balance. I mean, and the reality is this too, is even, let's say, the most hardcore, I don't know, what do you think the most hardcore war movie that you can think of is offhand? The opening of Saving Private Ryan is pretty brutal. Black Hawk Down is pretty brutal. The thing is that as brutal as those movies are, and they are very, very, very real and very authentic, but the reality is they're still movies. So when you experience those things, when I got blown up, the reality that punched me in the face, I'm watching Saving Private Ryan, I watch a guy get his arm blown off and he's walking around looking for it, and I go, man, that's hardcore. Even that level of realism is it's not comparable to when it happened to me. So that's the other part, is no matter how hardcore it is on screen, no matter what violence that you see on screen, it's still very different. If you watch a person get robbed, like that, no matter how hardcore that is on screen, it can't compare to it happening to you in real life. There's still that separation. So with that separation goes, like I said, the separation is what it is. No matter what you portray at what level, it will not equate to what it really is in real life. So therefore, for us, for me at least, I like to keep our level, our authenticity high, our realism where we gain the most viewers, to be able to understand this community better without turning them off by being too much one way and losing them to on-screen violence or on-screen things that still don't even really equate to how they really would be in real life. Again, if you really want to change, the best thing that we can do is change people's mind, or not change people's minds, but a better way to put it would be what I'm trying to do is dispel stereotypes and myths about veterans or the military. And when you're trying to do that, the larger number of people that you have exposure to, the better that your, the more people you're getting your message to, the more people that you have an opportunity to dispel those myths and dispel those stereotypes. So the more numbers, the better.